Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the air signs Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, and their twin flame connection. Twins, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Twins, I hope that you're doing well. If you're here as a cross watcher, welcome. If you are here and you're unsure of what a twin flame connection is, I've included a link to Gabi Kovalenko's full-length explanation of the twin flame dynamic in the description box below. I highly recommend it. She does an amazing job articulating all of the ins and outs and intricacies of the twin flame connection. In a nutshell, the twin flame dynamic describes two people who share the same energetic soul. There is often a very intense connection when the twins encounter each other in the physical plane, and the connection becomes so intense that they actually trigger each other, usually into a space of separation from one another that can last days, months, years. The purpose of the separation is for the twins to fully kind of come into their own selfhood, their own autonomy, to discover their spiritual gifts, to spiritually ascend, and to use those gifts to help humanity, help the community around them, to raise the vibrations of the planet. Each twin has a set of beautiful spiritual gifts, and it's about connecting back to those. And we can only do that when we focus all of the energy onto ourselves. It can be a very harrowing and difficult dynamic to navigate. It can be almost obsessive. I am a twin, and I am speaking to twin flames in separation. I was in separation from my twin for 7 years, no contact for 5, and not a day went by that I didn't think of him. Almost not an hour went by that I didn't think of him in some respect. But this year we came back into union, and I can say on the other side of this connection that it has changed my life for the better, because I used all that energy that I would have focused on my twin all these past years. I used all that energy, I focused it on myself, and I'm so grateful to Spirit, and I'm grateful for the twin flame community, and I'm also grateful to myself that I didn't give up. And so I do these readings to help the collective get a temperature, take a temperature on what's going on in their twin flame connection, but to also remind people of how special you are and how important your journey in this life is, your journey back to yourself. I'm going to be using 2 decks for your reading today. The first one for the base spread will be from the Liminal Spirits Oracle deck, and the tarot will be from the Artist Decoded Tarot. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for the air signs Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and their twin flame connection. The first set of cards will be your cards. The second set will be your twins. The third set will be the connection, and the fourth set will be advice from Spirit. Feel free to switch your cards with your twins cards if you feel so inclined, as twins often mirror one another. Spirit wants me to ask you, how do you identify in your dynamic? Are you the runner or are you the chaser? That seems very, and I'm not trying to insult my spirit guides in any way, but the word that they also gave me was pedestrian. That seems like a pedestrian question. Are you the runner or are you the chaser? But in fact, that's like the heart of the matter. That's the crux of really getting to the bottom of the healing process. A lot of things that, I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there about twin flames, good, bad, ugly, and everything in between. But a lot of the twin flame, I guess you could call it rhetoric or teachings or what have you, also connects the twin flame dynamic to attachment styles. So that could be something that you're looking at right now. What is your attachment style and what is your twin's attachment style? So I'll give you an example in my connection. I was the chaser, my twin was the runner. And I knew that we were on a cycle of repeat, and that's why I stopped talking to him, even though it was one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my entire life, which is to cut him off. Yeah, so because as a chaser, I had anxious attachment. I'm anxious attachment style. So I just wanted to be around my twin all the time. I still do. There's still a part of me that wants that. But how I heal from anxious attachment style is communicating with my twin about what my needs are, him communicating to me what his needs are as avoidant attachment, right? But we're both healing from these things. And when you're secure in yourself, like when you know you're gonna be okay, you can start to release some of these fears. So for my example, whenever I feel like I want to cling and cleave to my twin, when I want to talk to him all the time, when I want to like be in his company, and we live at a distance, right? So it's difficult. It's probably better right now that we kind of have our own lives. But whenever I feel that tendency and that anxiety bubble up in me, like, oh, he hasn't texted me in however long, whatever, and I start to feel anxious, I start to feel scared, because I've trained myself and I've tried to heal myself, I talk to myself and I say, honey, he's fine, your relationship is fine, he loves you, you love him, you've expressed that to each other, he's just a little busy right now, he needs space, you can feel, because you have a telepathic connection, that he needs space, so give him some space and do your thing. Hang out with your friends, work on your projects, film your things for your channel, do other things that make you happy, that fulfill you. Take a walk, ground down, touch some trees, walk in some grass, get some sunshine, enjoy your life. So that by the time that I do speak to my twin again, or I do see him again, we have so much to talk about. We're happy to talk to one another. There's security there. He gives me what I need. I give him what he needs, his space. And then when we come together, it's just like really beautiful. It took me 7 years to get to that place. I'm not saying it will take you that long. It could take you weeks. What I am saying is that Spirit wants to bring up the very, let's look at it on the ground level. Are you the runner or are you the chaser? And ask yourself why. It starts with that, okay? Okay, so for your set of cards, this is beautiful energy, inspiration. I kind of see this as like a witch's cauldron, but like in the most awesome possible way. Could be like the magician's cauldron, where we're alchemizing things. There's something hatching, something brewing, something percolating. The word is inspiration. I feel as though there's some project that you are working on right now that you are so excited about, because it's making me excited for you. Because it's this golden, anytime you see this kind of color in tarot or an oracle, right? This is the color of sunlight. It's abundant, it's warm, it's life-giving, it's energetic, it's dynamic, and it's showing up for you right now. It shows me that things are cooking, that it's making me smile, like it's golden hour right now. And the sunlight's kind of coming through the window. It's just beautiful. Like in my room right now, it's shining on the plants. It's your energy feels like positive in the sense that you're working on yourself. You're working on your projects. You're excited about life. And if sometimes you feel frustrated by the twin flame dynamic, you have something to go back to. For me, it was my tarot practice, and then it became my channel. It's my expression and my offering to the world, using my gifts learned through meditation, through healing, through spiritual ascension. What are yours? Because they're really beautiful. I mean, they're going to be different for everybody, but it's like Spirit downloaded the inspiration and you're running with it. And it's so important. I do feel like my palm is itchy. And you know what they say, right? It's like superstitious. When your left palm is itchy, you're going to get money. When your right palm is itchy, you're going to spend money. So, I mean, I'm not trying to spend any money right now, but I know that I will. But there's something, it's almost like Spirit wants me to say, air signs, you got to spend money to make money. You got to spend a little bit of money to make money. So if there's some kind of hesitation that you're feeling about, and obviously consult with a financial advisor. I'm just looking at cards here. But if you're hesitating on, maybe not, it's not even physical money, maybe it's investment of time, right? The most valuable thing that we have. The Spirit is saying, you're worth it. Which is a tagline from like a beauty commercial. I don't know if it was like CoverGirl or Maybelline or something. I don't know who said that. But all I hear is like, you're worth it. You're worth it. Now, it is clarified here by the Justice card in the reverse. So we want to be mindful of that. Actually, it's if there are some kind of contracts that are up in the air that require you to make actual financial investments, please consult a financial advisor, a trusted person, a lawyer, somebody who's an expert in their field. I mean, maybe you're that expert, but read closely. Read contracts closely. It's not that this isn't beautiful, but to a certain extent, you want to be mindful, because the Justice card came out in the reverse. Number 11 of the major arcana, Libra energy, karma, karmic balance, karmic justice, is still kind of coming in for you. And so it's almost like, don't add to your karmic load. Like, make sure everything is on the up and up. Do things properly, is what Spirit wants to say. Clarifier, please, for inspiration. Page of Cups. Hanged Man in reverse. That's Virgo and Pisces energy, number 12 of the major arcana. You got this card in reverse. So having received the much needed perspective. Right? This card is all about taking a time out and getting perspective on things. You got the card in reverse. It kind of shows me, it's almost like you responding to me saying, do your due diligence, do your research or whatever. It's almost like your energy is telling me, I did do my research. I already did it. And I want to take that next step towards something that I'm really going to love. Page of Cups. It's an initial step. It's offering, it's, you know, it's almost like I see these two as similar, right? Kind of chalice energies. I'm going to take that next step. It's interesting too, like the light coming in, right? There's light shining on whatever the situation is. I feel confident about it. It speaks to my heart space. Is this what you're telling me right now? And I do feel that whatever this is completely independent of your twin. It has nothing to do with your twin. I mean, maybe insofar as the actual execution of it, maybe being in separation from your twin was the catalyst for it, as it was for me. Because I went into like full no contact during the pandemic. And so I was, in a way, if you can say it like this, and I put it in air quotes, I was fortunate to have been in lockdown during the pandemic, and so I was afforded time to learn how to meditate, to go into these places, to heal on my own, right? And then this is when I learned tarot. So that could be happening in the space of separation from your twin. It's allowing you the space within your heart and your mind to actually think about the things that you love, to think about the things that you're passionate about. Your twin has a completely different energy, completely different, which is fine, but it's so radically different. They got cave. These colors are really beautiful. I really identify with these purple hues, these plum hues. They're very sultry. They're very otherworldly to me. So different. Look at all this sun coming in. So different from yours, isn't it? Spirit is singing Paula Abdul's Opposites Attract. Maybe this is what you were attracted to with your twin. My twin very much identifies with the shadow, and I very much identify with the light. But we need both. Your twin is going into, or has been in, a state of hibernation. It's as simple as that. They have retreated within. They got the Hermit card in the reverse. Usually when the card is in reverse, I would say, okay, they're coming out of the Hermit phase. They're emerging from that hibernation period. They're emerging from the cave. But I don't actually feel that right now with your twin. I feel as though they want to leave this space. But I think that Spirit is letting them know that that they still have lessons to learn. And you do too, right? Your Justice card came out in reverse. We're always learning. It's not a matter of us like, oh, we've learned everything we need to know and we're hunky-dory, everything's okay, let's be in union again. It's not about that. But I feel as though when I looked at this card in reverse, I was like, oh, they still have a ways to go. They still have some traumas and healing to do, a lot, actually. Because I almost see this as like representative of like this boulder shape. Like if they're inside the cave, this is what's blocking the exit. It could feel a little claustrophobic for them. And part of that could be the twin flame connection itself, which can feel tremendously claustrophobic. I don't necessarily think that you are in that space. I mean, you might feel the frustration of it, but like you're kind of like not letting it stop you. They are letting it stop them. And they're still trying to figure out why. Like, why am I thinking about this person? Why can't I let it go? Why can't I just move on? You know, and it's not to say that they're in like a physical cave. They could be out partying. They could be dating other people. They could be like on the outside. It could look like they're socializing and blah, blah, blah. But on the inside, it's this. Can I get a clarifier for air signs twin flame, please? One card, please, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, Spirit was like, nope, you get two. Number 6 of the major arcana, the Lover's card in reverse. Number 20 of the major arcana, Judgment. This is Gemini energy. Gemini, you showed up in your own reading. In reverse. Lovers talks about divine partnership, divine union. It's really beautiful. It's blessed by the Archangel. Lovers can also be a card of choice. Being at a choice point, having to make a crucial decision. And I feel as though your twin has come face to face with that decision, with the Judgment here as well. It's 2 archangels making an appearance. They're really talking to your twin right now. What is it that you want out of your life? Do you know what will make you happy? Do you feel love for self? Can you have faith? Can you step back onto your purpose path? This is why that's 3 major arcanas for your twin. Spirit is in their ear and in their heart in a major way. And it's like really intense afternoon light shining through my window right now. Like I want to stand up and jump, but I'm like, no, Spirit, it's just like, this is what it's like, you know what? I mean, it kind of feels like interrogation, but like beautiful, angelic interrogation that your twin is going through right now. Like, what is it that you really want? I feel like to a certain extent you can feel this. I feel like you know that this is what your twin is going through right now. I could feel it with my twin. I could feel when he was struggling. I could feel that he wasn't ready. And I knew that if we were ever to be in union again, he would have to reach out first, which he did. It would have to be on his time. And I used to be mad about that, but then I like let it go. I feel like you could be mad about that. But I will say to you, you do not want your twin before they're ready. Because whatever the issues were in the past, that will just repeat themselves. And I said 24 on my timer as I said that. That's a 6 and a 6, the Lovers, right? You don't want them before they have spiritually ascended. You certainly don't. Because it'll just repeat the cycle. And that's not helpful for anybody. Where's the connection? The hair. I see this as very, very timid. Actually, well, this reminds me of one of my cats. Her name is Luna. She's all white. I've had her about, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years now, something like that. And I've only been able to pick her up once. And I kind of had to force it because we were taking her to the vet. So she didn't have a choice. She's like this. I don't know what happened. We adopted her, and I don't know what happened to her. It was something really traumatic. She's very skittish. She loves us. She lets us pet her on her own terms. But I can't pick her up and hold her the way I've been able to hold all 12 of my other cats in my lifetime. I can't pick her up. I can't hold her the way I want to. She's not ready. And it just further clarifies what I was picking up about your twin. They're not ready. And there could be a part of you that just wants to hold them. And you're not wrong for wanting that. But they haven't gotten to this place where they can even trust themselves to fall into your embrace. It's clarified by the Page of Swords, but they're curious though. I don't know. You're both curious about each other. It's interesting too that the red is here. You're still asking questions. How are they doing? I wonder how they're doing. Maybe looking them up on social media. There's a lot of wounding here. And there's this sense that maybe you just want to save your twin from all of it, but you know that you can't. You can't. They have to do it for themselves. The very best way that you can serve your twin flame dynamic is to stay in this beautiful, abundant place. Be happy, joyous, spread that joy whenever you can. You're not going to be happy all the time, but whenever you can, share it, embrace it. Be curious about the world, not just your twin. Spirit's advice, time. I just want to point out, you have the most dynamic spread of all of the elements. Look at that. Look at how, just in terms of a color palette, it's enough for me to comment on it. The color palette of your spread is so vastly different, and yet everything just goes so beautifully together, like a rainbow, like something rare, something rarefied. Spirit just said rarefied. Maybe this could do with eclipse energy. I am filming this. Actually, is today the lunar eclipse? Or we're working up to an eclipse. There are 2 eclipses. I think today is a lunar eclipse, and later on there will be another eclipse in the month. Even though this reading is timeless, right? But though there's something to that. At time is an illusion. And you know what else is an illusion? Separation. It's almost like bending time here. Bending time, folding things in on themselves. Number 16 of the major arcana, the Tower. That's Scorpio and Aries energy. Something is going to further catapult this connection. You just got to give it a minute. Spirit is coming. Somebody has been, I kind of feel like it's your twin. I'm not trying to crap on your twin, but I kind of feel like it's them. Somebody has been complacent, and they're about to get a stiff kick in the rear end. And it comes with this. Spirit comes in and blows the crown chakra right off the top of that tower. We're shaking things up. We're shaking up the system. It's time. All you have to do is be yourself. Focus on you. So that's your reading, air signs. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, twins.